Maybe in a few minutes. So, what I've discovered is that all of the noises that your body makes when you try to move a certain way, like, see if I can get it to do it. You know, things pop when you move, right? I have a lot of tension in my upper back because I have this much curvature. As you can see. But basically, what I've found is that all of these things are related. Like this, my wrist does this. It's always done that. Well, now that I know that my entire left side of my body is over muscled and pulled taut because of an imbalance in my back, my left ankle used to make this sound like a shotgun when I did this. Now you can kind of hear it creaking. Probably faint. It's a good thing. That used to sound like a shotgun. I used to always roll that ankle. I don't know if you can tell looking at it. Maybe I'll get better light. Compared to, say, this ankle, which I still have trouble standing on that side. I used to not be able to stand on either leg at all. I would just ka-dunk. And it was all a journey. And it began with this, just walking. But that wasn't enough. What it was really about was stretching, which I'll get into a lot later. But stretching can happen all the time. It doesn't have to be on a yoga mat. So here I am, getting a good, hip flexor stretch and working on my balance. And since I've got these in my hands, I really should be using them. And this may look ridiculous. I've done this while walking around on a Marine base. Figured those are some really fit people, who's going to judge me? Well, they're crayon eaters, so I'm sure they had some funny things to say. But again, it's about freeing yourself, so forget what anyone thinks. Do what makes you happy and what feels right. It's the thing is, this whole journey for me has been about what design is my body telling me to work towards. Let me decompress that. So you get these messages from your body. Oh, this hurts, or I'm sore, or even audible ones like my joints. And what you have to do is don't recoil from that pain of when you try to move a certain way and it doesn't want to go. Listen to that feeling, what those nerves and those muscles and those tissues are telling you. And think, is that pain coming from there? Or is it possibly on a counterpoint? And it can get interesting when you get symptoms that are actually caused in your right foot that are maybe in your left back. Sometimes it's really wonky and far away, but sometimes it's really intuitive when you really think about it, whereas my left leg was dislocated. I had no idea until I fixed it. And I fixed it by, stretching, moving around. Because I feel like Mr. Flanders is like, wearing nothing at all. I'm probably going to edit that out. Anyways, I was just maneuvering my hip around because it was so tight. It just didn't feel right, and it never felt right. And I had been told by the chiropractor that this leg was almost 20 millimeters shorter than this leg. And when he told me that, it was like a light bulb went off in my head, because there's a lot of things I didn't know about my body. I wasn't listening. But once I started to listen, I changed the conversation. So I stopped recoiling from pain. I embraced it. And I listened. And I let it become my teacher. And in this way, I've begun to heal myself. You see, I don't have heavy weights here. I'm more worried about control and range of motion. I'm plenty strong. But I want to be more fluid and move better. See, you heard a good pop there. My curvature is the worst right in here and right below the shoulders, and so a lot of times I do these kind of expansive breathing and stretching workouts. And the first time I did it, it looked like maybe somebody convulsing or speaking in tongues. Thankfully, I was by myself in the bathroom. I was watching in the mirror, and I was taken in by the moment, because as I was moving, my body started to rearrange itself. I was activating the deep muscles in my back and the support muscles all through my body. And I was able to cavort the soft tissues and actively make a better alignment in real time. Like, I felt it happening, and then couldn't believe it had happened. I went outside and saw the people I was staying with, and I said, "Hey, do I look different to you?" And they all immediately saw it. It was a watershed moment, one of many. And they all happened because I changed the conversation with myself. I stopped recoiling from pain. I embraced my pain, and I truly let it be my teacher.